What if millions of people, maybe including you, are making the single worst financial move right now, and it feels so normal, so ordinary, that you would never guess it? Imagine a trap so powerful, it's basically like lighting your money on fire, except the pain drags on for years, not seconds. Most folks worry about gambling losses or internet scams, but that's not the true financial quicksand. In reality, the most devastating mistake is a behavior your friends, family, and even major banks push you to do every single day. Here's the kicker. I would bet most viewers fell into this trap at least once this month. I'm Jim, and after years studying how average people miss out on wealth, I'm showing you why one incredibly common habit quietly destroys your future. And then I will reveal my 3-step escape plan, the exact system you can use to break the monthly payment cycle and finally put your money to work. We're using actual Federal Reserve data and real stories. And by the end, you'll know the truth most banks don't want you to hear. Ready? Let's get into it. Let me be clear right from the start. This video is for general education, not personalized financial advice. Every dollar is different, so always consult a licensed advisor before making big decisions about your money. Now, let's talk reality. The average American earns more in 1 year than most humans in history made during their entire lives. That's not hype. It's true. According to the Federal Reserve, median household income in the United States is over $70,000 a year. Yet somehow most people aren't feeling wealthier. They're stressed, living paycheck to paycheck, and wondering why they can't seem to get ahead. So, how is it possible that we're surrounded by abundance, and yet everyone feels broke? The answer isn't complicated, but it is uncomfortable. For most of us, the real financial threat is a behavior so common we barely notice it. Spending money we don't have, usually on things we barely need, to impress people we may not even like. This isn't just a joke or an opinion. It's the daily reality for millions, and it's become the defining money habit of a generation. If you're nodding along or wincing a bit, you're already steps ahead of the crowd. Just watching a video like this means you're thinking about your money on a level that most never reach. Most people just repeat the same financial patterns, hoping for different results, trapped in a cycle their parents and friends consider normal. The fact that you're here with our Jim Invest community tells me you're ready to break that cycle. But what most people don't realize is the cost of this behavior isn't just financial. It ripples through our happiness, relationships, self-worth, even our mental health. When you understand the invisible forces behind this trap, you'll see why malls are built like casinos, why your mailbox is full of credit card offers, and why your social feed seems designed to separate you from your cash. The system is engineered against you. And the key weapon? Debt-driven spending. But, and here's our first progress marker, let's truly unpack why mass market credit spending is so dangerous. It's not simply about spending, it's the psychology. Most believe buying with credit is only a problem if you splurge uncontrollably. But banks have spent billions conditioning us otherwise. If you can afford the payment, you can afford the item. That's the core lie. The payment feels small, but the real price is your future wealth, your freedom, your options. Why do smart people fall into this? It's neuroscience. Our brains crave immediate pleasure and hate immediate pain. A swipe of the credit card gives you new shoes or a fancy dinner, and a hit of dopamine, pleasure, now. The pain, that comes months later, chopped up into little invoices. By then, the thrill is gone, but the bills stick around. This cycle trains us to think like short-term spenders, not long-term builders, and banks know it. It's why they blast ads talking about credit limits like they're badges of honor, or rewards points like they're lottery wins. The interest quietly running as high as 25%, or even more, according to creditcards.com. Builds in the background. Think about this. If you buy a $1,000 phone at 20% APR and only pay the minimum, you could end up paying almost double for something you'll want to replace in 2 years. Multiply that by clothes, electronics, restaurants, and you see the problem. Let's break this up with a story. Meet Sarah. A composite example, but based on real situations from Jim Invest's viewers. A few years ago, Sarah was making $60,000, but her monthly payments totaled nearly $800. Credit cards, car, phone, even a furniture store plan. She felt successful. Until her bank balance never grew. She started tracking every monthly payment and realized nearly 20% of her income was already committed before the month began. That's $9,600 a year vanished with nothing to invest. Here's the heartbreak. Every payment to past purchases is a payment you can't use for your own freedom. Maybe starting a side hustle, investing, or just sleeping well at night. If she'd invested just $400 per month, a little over half what was eaten up by payments, at a 7% average return, she'd have over $50,000 in 7 years. That's the opportunity cost. And remember, this is general guidance, not investment advice. Past performance doesn't guarantee future results. Consult with a professional for your plans. Comment below if you've ever looked at your statements and wondered, how am I still living paycheck to paycheck? Or share your biggest monthly payment. Let's see how common these numbers are in our community. All right, now let's step back. The problem goes deeper than dollars. It's in the mind. We convince ourselves the next thing will finally make us happy. Buying the best gadget, the fancier car, the trendiest clothes. We build little fantasies about how they'll fix our life, but the research backs up what your gut already knows. We massively overestimate how much joy stuff brings, and grossly underestimate how short that joy is. Psychologists call it the focusing illusion. We fixate on the next thing, then adapt instantly and want something else. You swipe the card, thrill fades, the bill sticks. Now, here's our second progress marker and a practical framework, a 3-step escape plan I swear by and have shared with hundreds in the Jim Invests community. If you want freedom from the monthly payment trap, you need this sequence. First, freeze new purchases. The 30-day rule. Before you add any new monthly payment, credit card charges, financing offers, subscriptions, stop. For 30 days, make 0 new commitments. If you think you want to buy something on credit, park it on a list. Watch what happens. Half your wants will disappear with time. Willpower isn't the answer. Choice architecture is. If you try this for just 1 month, you'll see you don't need most of what you almost bought. If you're in, join our 30-day No New Payments Challenge. I'll link a free tracker in the description. Log every temptation, track avoided expenses, and after 30 days, calculate your real savings. According to Experian's 2023 Consumer Debt Review, the average American holds over $6,000 in credit card debt. Imagine if half of that was never racked up, thanks to simply pausing before swiping. Here's a quick case story. Again, illustrative but real. Mark, a Jim Invests subscriber, used this challenge and realized he nearly signed up for $90 per month in new streaming and phone extras. By freezing those for 30 days, he saved $1,080 a year. Money now going into his emergency fund. Second, audit and attack existing payments. Grab a sheet of paper or open a spreadsheet and write down every single recurring payment you have. Credit card bills, car loans, phone plans, streaming, gym, even harmless little subscriptions. Add them up. Most folks are shocked. I had a subscriber message me that she found $287 per month in invisible expenses. Once you have your number, it's time to attack the highest interest rate first. That's the avalanche method. Minimums on everything except the top offender. Once you kill it, roll that payment on to the next highest. Progress breathes motivation. You'll see momentum in weeks, not months. If you want visual guidance, the tracker linked below has a step-by-step template and debt avalanche illustration. Remember, even if your debt feels massive, the key is progress, not perfection. Celebrate every paid-off account. Share your updates in the comments. I'll feature some success stories in future episodes. According to the Federal Reserve's 2022 survey of consumer finances, over 1/3 of American households carry credit card debt month to month. Source: Federal Reserve 2022. You are not alone, and you can get out. What's the single biggest monthly payment you wish you could eliminate right now? Post it below and see how many others are struggling with the same thing. Let's insert another story. Lisa, a composite example, thought she'd never pay off her $12,000 in credit card debt. After writing down every payment and using the avalanche method, it took her 20 months to reach zero balance. When she finished, she had freed up $340 per month and said, "It felt like I got a raise without changing jobs." Third, redirect freed cash flow to future you. Here's where wealth really starts. What you don't spend, you build. Take whatever you freed up from killing monthly payments and automate it to an emergency fund. Or, if you're ready, to investments like IRAs, 401k, or high-yield savings. Even $50 a month can stack up fast thanks to compounding. Let's run the math. $100 per month invested at a 7% average. Return over 20 years grows to just over $52,000. Educational scenario only. Past results don't guarantee future performance. Talk to your advisor for real investment plans. The fastest way to financial freedom isn't earning more. It's paying for less. Make that your phone background if you have to. Let me toss in another quick story. Alex, a member of our Gym Invest Facebook group, redirected his $210 per month car payment after paying off the car early into a Roth IRA. 5 years later, his portfolio had grown to $15,500. Money he credited to finally escaping the payment trap. Can you see it now? The monthly payment trap doesn't just cost you money. It costs you peace of mind and opportunity. It's a slow leak of your freedom. It steals from your future. It's no surprise, then, that studies, like those from the American Psychological Association, show people with high consumer debt score lower on life satisfaction and report more relationship stress, regardless of income. But here's a curiosity loop. What really keeps even high earners trapped in this game? Lifestyle inflation. This is the hedonic treadmill. You get a raise, you upgrade your apartment, your car, your vacations, your wardrobe. Suddenly, $100,000 feels tight because your expenses balloon to match. You're not getting richer. You're just getting busier juggling payments. Remember, it's not what you earn. It's what you keep. A person making $70,000 but saving $10,000 a year beats a six-figure earner who saves nothing. For 30 days, Track every avoided expense, and each time you redirect those funds to a goal, tag it with $, no new payments, and share with our community. Download your free tracker below and share wins in the comments. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's recap our framework quickly. First, freeze all new monthly commitments for 30 days. Second, audit and attack current monthly payments using the debt avalanche. Third, redirect every free dollar toward your freedom. Emergency fund, then investments. This isn't about deprivation. It's about buying back your options, your time, your peace. Every dollar you keep is a seed for future opportunity. The system is designed for you to spend everything. We're flipping that script. But before we close, let's clarify types of debt, because not all obligations are created equal. There's a massive difference between productive debt, like a mortgage on a house that may go up in value, or a business loan that creates income, and destructive consumer debt, interest-heavy, buys items that lose value instantly. The fastest path to wealth is minimizing the latter. Don't let building credit become an excuse for perpetual payments. True credit is the ability to access capital when it creates more value for you, not a lifestyle badge. And yes, the entire economy and advertising industry wants you to play a different game. Every ad, store layout, and pop-up financing offer is meticulously engineered to keep you spending. But now you see the gears behind the curtain. Once you realize the pain that monthly payments and unnecessary debt bring, you can start making choices for future you, not for someone's quarterly profit report. Here's my final challenge before we wrap. For the next 30 days, every time you feel tempted to finance something or swipe for a non-essential, pause. Ask, do I want this more than I want my own freedom? Because every borrowed dollar today is a chunk of your future time, energy, and peace traded away. Most of the time, it's a losing deal. Remember, if you're new to Jim Invests, hit subscribe. We're not just talking about theories, we're tracking real steps together. Our next video will cover the exact investment account options available, how they work, and real historical outcomes, so you'll want to get notified. And don't forget to download your free No New Payments Challenge tracker linked below. Use it and celebrate every win, no matter how small. You're capable of more than you think. The biggest gains in personal finance rarely come from a flashy windfall. Thoughtful they come from escaping the everyday traps that drain you dry. The freedom you're looking for? It starts with one less payment at a time. Let's recap. The real danger isn't how much you make, it's how much you owe before the month even starts. The fastest way to freedom is buying back your cash flow, not just chasing a higher paycheck. Remember our 3 steps. Freeze new monthly commitments for 30 days. Audit and attack existing payments with a clear payoff plan. And redirect every freed-up dollar to your future, your freedom fund. Then growth-focused investments. Your old self might crave more stuff, but your future self will thank you for every payment you reject today. Start your journey right now. Within the next 24 hours, list every monthly payment you have, no matter how small. By the end of the first week, choose one payment to pay off, cancel, or renegotiate. In 30 days, you'll be amazed at your progress if you track every avoided purchase and every free dollar redirected. In the next 90 days, you'll see your cash flow improve, your stress drop, and your options grow. Within 12 months, even $100 per month redirected can mean $1,200 in your emergency fund or much more if you invested wisely over time. Use the tracker linked below. Share your progress. Our Gym Invest community keeps each other accountable. If you stay consistent, you'll notice results by the end of your first month. Fewer financial surprises, more peace of mind, and the confidence that you're moving forward, not just treading water. Real change comes from small decisions, repeated every day. If this resonated, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Our next episode covers the exact types of investment accounts that help build wealth, with real numbers and scenarios you can model. In the comments, tell me your #1 payment you're committed to eliminating, and if you're taking the 30-day challenge. Screenshot your tracker and tag Gym Invests on social media so we can celebrate your win together. Remember, this is general education, not individual financial advice. Consult a licensed professional for personalized recommendations, especially before making any major changes. I'm not promising overnight results or guaranteed freedom, but I am promising if you escape the monthly payment trap, your future self will be grateful for the freedom, for the peace, for the options you can finally afford. See you next time.